My delivery is here.
Milk vanilla cookies.
Otherwise it's just caramel. It is so cute.
I'm just about to pick Dad up from the airport.
Oh, hi, yeah.
We are home and we have our Chinese. Good morning everybody, happy Thursday and welcome back to the weekly vlog. This week I have been waking up about 5 AM, which I have actually been really enjoying weirdly. I've been waking up between like 5:15 and 5:30 every morning so far this week and I've just been loving it. I'm definitely a morning person and I just love having all that time in the morning. Like it gets to 9 AM and I'm like, oh my god, it's only 9 AM and I've already got like all this stuff done. So I've been doing that this week, which I have really enjoyed. And the other things I've been doing this week, Monday and Tuesday I just did some filming and some other worky bits, and then yesterday I was in London all day. I went to a Pilates class and then I filmed a daily vlog in London. So that is why it is Thursday and we are only just starting this week's weekly vlog. But anyway, hello, welcome back to the weekly vlog. Today I'm just having a bit of a sitting at my desk admin editing kind of day, which I feel like I need because the Pilates class yesterday has absolutely wiped it out of me. Like it has, my whole body is aching basically. It was very intense but it was very good. So I feel like a day sat at my desk is exactly what I need. But before I do that, I am going to go downstairs and go on my reformer Pilates machine, which is arguably one of the least favourable things I want to do right now after aching so much from yesterday's Pilates. But I feel like I could do with stretching out, so I'm going to do some stretching on my Pilates reformer because I feel like although it might hurt now, I feel like it will be beneficial in the long run. So I'm going to go and do that. I've made it downstairs with my very achy legs. Yesterday's Pilates class was so good, but it was also very brutal. It was at a place called Strong Pilates, which they've got quite a few in London. They've also got one in Leicester and they've got a few around the world. And it was like a full body reformer class. So it's a cross between Pilates reformer and rowing, and it was full body and it's like high intensity, like fast paced, full on workout class. I was speaking to a girl in Lululemon about it afterwards and she was like, oh, is it like Barry's then? And I've never done a Barry's class, but I think it's that kind of vibe, and it absolutely killed me off. It was so good. And like I said, I did vlog yesterday. I don't think it's live yet. I think that vlog is going live on Sunday, so in a few days time, but I think it'll be a really good daily vlog, so I hope you watch it. But yeah, it's absolutely killed me off. When we started the class, we started with about 4 minutes of solid planks and I was like, oh my god, like if this is how it's starting, how is it going to go on? And yeah, we were in a plank for so long and then she's like, okay, in 15 seconds we're going to go into explosive sit-ups. And I thought, I don't know what an explosive sit-up is, but it doesn't sound good. Like there's just nothing positive is going to come from an explosive sit-up. Do you know what I mean? And it was intense, and yeah, my whole body is now aching from it. But it's a good kind of ache, you know. But I felt like if I laid on my reformer and put my legs in straps for a bit and just did a little bit of stretching, I feel like that could be kind of beneficial. I'm going to take some of the springs off so it's not like a lot of tension, but I just feel like I definitely should have done this last night when I got in, but I didn't get in from London until like 8 o'clock and I just really couldn't be bothered, to be honest. I just wanted to get in the shower, do my skincare and chill, but I probably should have stretched them out yesterday. This already is feeling so much better. Like my legs are aching doing this, but it's also feeling good at the same time. I also did 20,000 steps yesterday walking around London, which I definitely don't think has helped my legs. Like it's definitely added to the ache. We all know the best bit of a Pilates class is the end when you get to put your feet in straps and do stretches like this. And the fact that I can just have my legs in straps and just do that alone and do that whenever I want is like one of the best things about owning a Pilates reformer. I'll give you 3 seconds to guess what the next clip is going to be. It's obviously going to be my morning coffee. I'm going to hold my hands up here and say that I have already had a coffee this morning, because when I woke up this morning I felt so tired, like I just felt so not with it. So I thought I'd have a hot coffee this morning, which I've not actually had in a very long time, and I'll be honest, it just doesn't hit the same as a nice iced coffee. But I had that this morning to make me feel a little bit more alive, and now I can have my normal iced coffee, which I absolutely love. This week I've been having my iced agave latte, which I've been absolutely loving, and then I've also had a couple of times a brown sugar shaken espresso, which I do really enjoy. But I think I'm going to have my iced agave one this morning because it's just my favourite at the moment. And the agave syrup that I use is called agave nectar, but I think it is just the same thing. I think this is agave syrup. It's from the Groovy Food Company. You can buy this in Waitrose, and also when I was in Waitrose the other day, I saw they had like a dark brown one of this as well. So this is like a goldeny one. And then they had another one. I can't remember whether it's called agave molasses or whether I've just made that up, but that sounds quite good. So maybe that should be a thing. But it was like, this one says light amber and mild. And then the other one, I'm guessing, says dark brown and not mild. I don't know what that other one would say, but I'm kind of intrigued to try that one to see what the difference is. I'm wondering if it's like, you know the difference between like caster sugar and brown sugar? Like they do taste different. I'm wondering if it's going to be similar vibes to that. I don't know, but anyway, I'm going to make myself a coffee. So first up, I just like to do a tiny little squeeze. This is quite sweet and I don't love loads of syrup and stuff in my coffees anymore. I used to, but now I've got older, I actually just really enjoy the taste of coffee. And yesterday I tried my first ever black coffee. I've never tried it before, but I went to Nespresso and they asked if I wanted to try a new Nespresso pod, which I did. So they made me it, but then they gave me it and it was just straight black coffee. And I'm just an awkward person, so there was literally milk sat there like on the barista bar thing. So I could have just said, could you please add some milk in? But instead I just drank it and I actually quite liked it. Like it was just an iced black coffee. And when I go out with Sophia, she always gets like an iced black Americano and I just feel like she's the coolest person in the world doing that, because I just feel like if you can drink straight black coffee, then you do really love coffee. And now I can drink straight black coffee and I actually somewhat enjoyed it. I feel quite proud of myself. But anyway, I don't need much syrup is basically what I'm trying to say. So I literally just do like a tiny squeeze like that. And I like to do it first because I find it like mixes in better with the coffee. If you put the hot coffee over this, I then feel like it mixes in better, but I've just realised I've done this wrong already. I normally put the iced agave syrup in my little, where is she? In my little coffee thing. I brew my espresso in here and then I pour it in here because I just worry about the glass breaking if you put hot stuff directly in it, if that makes sense. So normally I put the agave syrup in here and then brew the espresso over it because I just find it mixes in very well. Then I pour it in here. But I've done it wrong, but that'll be fine, it will still work. Anyway, I'm gonna brew my espresso and then I'll be back. Coffee is brewed, so I'm just gonna pour this in over that. I feel like the agave should mix in well enough with that if I just give it a little swirl. And then I've just been using normal cow's milk recently in my coffees. I'm also gonna have one of my Biomel gut shots this morning. This is a new flavour, the almond salted caramel one, which I've not tried before, so we'll give that a go in a second as well. Finish up this carton. A giant ice cube, of course, and then I'm just going to quickly grab a glass straw from somewhere. Change of plan, we're going with the ceramic ones today. I'm just going to give that a mix and then let that cool down a little bit, and I'll drink my Biomel shot whilst that does that. I kind of want to try this one in an iced coffee as well. I feel like that could be quite nice, like an almond salted caramel iced latte. I've got a couple more of this flavour, and then I've also got the vanilla one as well, which I haven't had as the pre-mixed drink before. I've had it as the powder and I've made my iced coffee with that, but I kind of want to try the pre-mixed drink, like adding this to iced coffee as well. I feel like it could be quite nice. Oh my god, that's really nice. It's quite nutty. You can definitely taste the almond in it, but you can also taste the salted caramel without it being too sweet. The only thing I would say is it's not very salty. Like I often find that places call things salted caramel, but there's actually no taste of salt in them, and I personally want to taste the salt if I'm having salted caramel. Otherwise it's just caramel. I feel like it could do with a little bit more salt, but it's quite nice. It kind of tastes a bit like Toblerone almost, like a white chocolate Toblerone, like the almondiness in it. Anyway, I'm gonna take my iced coffee and the rest of this upstairs, sit at my desk, get on with some editing for a little bit, and then I'll see you in a bit. I'm also taking my Stanley upstairs, it's got water in, so I'm going to be completely triple parked with 3 beverages this morning, but I'm not mad about it. My mother has just rang me and told me she's putting my dad on a flight from Cornwall on Saturday, so I will be picking him up from the airport, and I honestly feel like a taxi at this point. I went to the airport last week to take my mum to the airport, went to the airport the week before to pick her up from the airport, this week I'm now picking my dad up from the airport, next week I'm not actually going to the airport, the week after that I'm going to the airport for myself to fly to Cornwall, and then the week after that I'm going to the airport to fly to Canada. So I feel like the airport is taking a big stage in my life at the moment, and I do feel like a taxi service driving my parents back and forth. Like, so much for living alone. I literally have like a few days of living alone and then they ring me up and they're like, we're gonna come on a plane and come home. So obviously I've literally just had mum home, dropped her off at the airport on Friday last week. It is now Thursday of this week, and yeah, dad's coming home on Saturday now. he's coming home to help my brother out with this car that he is in the process of building. So he is now coming home. So I need to pick Dad up from the airport on Saturday, but that'll be quite nice. It'll be nice to see Dad. I've not seen him in a few weeks, and I know you all love him in the vlogs and he loves being in the vlogs, so that's kind of fun. And it does also mean that I will probably be getting a takeaway on Saturday night, so I can't really complain. And luckily Stansted Airport is like a 15-minute drive from my house, so it's not as if I'm having to like drive on the M25 for an hour there and an hour back to do the airport run. It's not too bad. But yeah, Dad's going to be in the weekly vlog next week, which is fun, although he will probably just be outside with my brother most of the time doing his car. But I'm wondering if I can maybe go to London with Dad on Thursday, because he's going to get the train from London down to Cornwall next Thursday with my brother, because my other brother is going down to Cornwall for the bank holiday weekend next weekend. So seeing as Dad's going into London anyway, I'm kind of wondering, do I go with him and we can have like a little dad and daughter day in London? Because when I was in London yesterday, I was thinking like about going to London with Dad at some point to go to the Jellycat fish and chips thing, because Dad and I love getting fish and chips together, and I just thought it'd be a fun little thing to do together. But then I was like, I don't know when I'm going to be able to do that, because Dad's obviously not here very often, so, and it's just like too much of a faff to go from Cornwall to London. It's ridiculously expensive and it takes so long. So I was like, I don't know when Dad's next going to be home for us to be able to go for a daddy-daughter day in London. But maybe we could do it next Thursday, I'm wondering. I might see if we can do that. Which if I do, of course, I will vlog. Anyway, I really need to get on with some work now, because it is 10:34 and I just keep getting distracted by so many different things. I go to do a bit of editing and then I get distracted. Like, I was doing some editing, then my mum rang me. Now I've been sidetracked by Dad coming home, and then I'm gonna do some more editing, and then I end up getting distracted by something else, and it's just like one thing after the other, which I'm like sounding really dramatic. I'm really not trying to be dramatic, but I need to actually try and lock in and get on with loads of editing, because I've been up for 5 hours at this point and I really don't feel like I've achieved much at all this morning, which is slightly making me feel a little bit flat. So maybe I actually do need to really try and crack on, so I actually feel like I've had a productive day and it's worth getting up at 5:30. Good afternoon, it is midday and I'm feeling incredibly overwhelmed. I have a lot to get done in the next couple of weeks, because not next week but the week after I'm going to Cornwall for a week, then I'm going to be home for a few days, and then I'm going to Canada for 3.5 weeks, and I don't really want to miss any uploads. I want to try and stick to my 3 uploads a week whilst I'm away for that whole period of time, which just means a lot of planning and filming and stuff needs to be done ahead of time. So I just feel a little bit overwhelmed about it, but it's okay. I'm going to have some lunch, and for my lunch today I am going to have my leftover Attis salad that I got yesterday when I was in London, because I just didn't finish it, so I thought I might as well bring it home and have it now. I got the new spring special, which was Thai something or other, and I now kind of want to Google it so I can tell you what it is, because I'm also kind of intrigued to remind myself as to what I'm actually eating. It's the double crunch Thai, which has cucumber, but I took the cucumber out and fed it to the birds because I absolutely hate cucumber and I forgot to not ask for it. Shredded carrots, edamame and peas, spring onion and coriander, kale and cabbage, chopped romaine, pickled red chilli, mint leaves, which I also took out because I don't mind a mint leaf in a pims, but I don't like a mint leaf in anything else. Crispy shallots, chili lime cashews and cashew satay, and then I added chimichurri chicken to it. So that is going to be my lunch, nice and quick and easy, which is exactly what I need. I'm just going to grab a fork. This is what she looks like. I mean, she is half eaten, she doesn't look her best, but it was absolutely delicious. I never used to be a salad person. Like, I always used to think that I didn't like salads, but I think that's because I wasn't doing salads properly. Like, I think if you just have like lettuce and cucumber and a bit of chicken, it's going to be boring. Like, who is going to like that other than a rabbit? Not really anyone. But like salads like this, where there's like loads of different veggies in, you've got like different textures, different flavors, like crunches and stuff, and then you've got like a really good dressing on it. Once you do that, that's when you understand why people enjoy salads. Because I always used to think, like, I'd see people go out and they'd get a salad and I'm like, why are you getting a salad? Don't get me wrong, if I was going to a restaurant, I would still choose a big bowl of pasta over salad, but I now kind of get a salad now that I feel like I've done it properly. And then for my sweet treat for my lunchtime, Aldi are the gift that keeps on giving. They have come out with cake pops and I could not be happier about it. They've got cookies and cream ones and birthday cake ones, and these were £2.99 a pack, I think. And the ones in Starbucks are literally more than £2 for just one of them, and they literally look identical to the Starbucks ones. So those are the cookies and cream ones, and then I also got the birthday cake ones, like I said, which literally look like the Starbucks birthday cake pop, which I'm so happy about. So I'm gonna have one of them as my little sweet treat. Aldi have also come out with loads of loaded dips. Again, the gift that keeps on giving. However, I have tried the Caesar one and it was not very good at all. Like, we all know I love the M&S loaded Caesar dip. I think it's delicious. But the Aldi one was really not good. It was kind of disgusting. It was so tangy and like vinegary and stuff. And I like vinegar, but just like not in that kind of like form. I ended up eating half of it and putting the rest in the bin, which I never normally do. Like, I normally finish something if I've got it, but I just really wasn't enjoying it. I just didn't see the point in eating it. So I personally wouldn't recommend that. I've seen people like the Indian one, and I want to try the mascarpone one, but I just really didn't like the Caesar one personally. Like, the dressing was just disgusting. Waitrose have also got a Caesar dip, but it's not really loaded. It's just like Caesar with parmesan in, but it is a really nice dip to be fair, but it's still not as good as the M&S one. Okay, I'm gonna sit and finish this and then we can try cake pop. I have my cake pop and I am back in here because I need to try and fold up this Reformer Pilates reformer and get it out of the way. And that was really good. It's very sweet, but that's what a cake pop should be. I can't compare it to the Starbucks one because I don't think I've ever had a Starbucks one in this flavour, but when I try the birthday cake one, I'll let you know if it tastes the same as Starbucks. But yeah, I need to get this reformer folded up because I have a very exciting delivery coming tomorrow, which is going to be needing to go here. So this needs to go out of the way. And it does fold in half, but I haven't had this folded in half since I brought it home from the Facebook Marketplace seller, which was about 3 years ago now. And they folded it up for me, and I remember I had it in my Mini and I had to have my roof down on a cold, rainy, like wintry day because otherwise it wouldn't have fit. And I had to get my mum to help me get out of the car and unfold it, and it's now been here like this ever since. So I literally don't know how to fold it up, and I've just got to try and work out how to do this on my own. I can see where it folds in half. It folds in half there, but I seem to remember when I brought it home I had to do something with the straps. I seem to remember I had to attach the straps to it, which makes me think I'm going to have to detach the straps to fold it in half. I'm about to put my cake pop down because I need to concentrate. Okay, I'm just going to quickly Google how to do this and then we can come back. According to a Facebook video that I found, I just need to take that out and then I should just be able to lift it and it should hinge. Or not. I forgot to undo these. I meant to undo these. Oh no. And then pull the reformer that way, and then, oh my god, why is that so easy? That was literally the easiest thing in the world. Ow, I just hit my ankle doing that. This is literally the easiest thing in the world, and then it just folds up. That's actually so handy. There we go. Okay, that is that job done. I think I'm just gonna have to scoot it along a little bit so I can keep this area clean, not clean, clear. And then when Dad's back, which is convenient that he's coming back, he can lift it and put it in the shed for me because I'm not going to need this for a little while. Good evening everyone, it is 5:30 and I'm going to take off my makeup, do my skincare, have some dinner and chill for the rest of the day, which is my second favourite time of the day. My first favourite is probably my morning coffee, and then getting on ready and just chilling for the rest of the day is my second favourite time of the day. So I thought we could do it together. So I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Makeup Melting Cleansing Balm. I got sent this last week and I tried it out the other day and I really loved it. So I thought I'd use it again. It does come with a scoop though, and oh, it's stuck in the lid. It comes with this little scoop so you can like scoop the product out, and it has got a scent to it, but it smells really nice, and it took my makeup off really well and it emulsified really well, because I hate a cleanser that doesn't like emulsify well and remove makeup off well. I hate when it leaves your skin feeling oily after you've put it on, but this one like works really well and washes off really nicely. And then I also got sent the Holy Hydration toner as well, so I'm going to use that to go with it. And then I thought, because it's blue, we'd go with a bit of a blue theme for my skincare today, so I'm going to use my Kanzen antibacterial water, of course, and then my Drunk Elephant Hydration Intensive Serum thing, and I didn't pick up a moisturiser, so I need to find one. And then I'm also going to use my Shark LED face mask, which is my current obsession. I absolutely love this thing so incredibly much and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. So yeah, for dinner tonight I'm having pad thai, which I'm really looking forward to. I had this for dinner on Tuesday night. I keep losing track of what day it is apparently for some unknown reason. I'm very confused. I keep thinking it's like Wednesday today, and then I keep thinking it's Friday, but it's actually not, it's Thursday. But yeah, I had this pad thai on Tuesday and it was so good. It was a prawn pad thai and I used the Wagamama's pad thai sauce from Waitrose, and it was so good. So I'm really excited to have it again tonight. I topped it with like segments of lime, coriander and chopped peanuts, and it was so delicious, and I literally cannot wait to have it all over again tonight. This afternoon I've been editing TikToks of like going to events with Bo and T and Blakely, and yesterday I went to another Pilates thing that I got invited to, and it just made me feel like so crazy that like this is my life and this is my job kind of thing. And then it was even weirder because I went on Facebook earlier and it wasn't an advert, but it was like a suggested recommended post kind of thing for me from Cambridgeshire Constabulary. And obviously I'm in the Cambridgeshire area, and when I went to uni I was studying criminology and criminal justice, and I wanted to get my degree, and then from that I was then going to become a criminal detective. That was my plan, and I didn't want to do it the traditional way of being like an on the streets police officer and then working your way up to be a detective. I just didn't really have any interest in being a police officer, and I just didn't think I was cut out for that. But the detective side I was really interested in, so they came out with this short course type thing, or like short track thing, where if you had a degree you could go straight into training to be a detective. You didn't have to be a police officer. But then I obviously dropped out of uni, so then I was like, okay, well that career path is completely out the window, like I need to go back to square one. And long story short, I ended up falling into this as a hobby, and it then became my job. This Facebook post was, I actually screenshotted it because I sent it to my mum. Okay, so it said, today we're opening for applications to our accelerated detective route to becoming a police officer. It is an opportunity to become a trained detective constable within 3 years. And then there was a link to apply, so I clicked it, not because I want to apply, but I was just intrigued. And then in it said, the entry requirements are GCSE English and Maths, which I have, and 3 A-level qualifications. So basically, you no longer need a degree to be able to do that job, which just makes me even gladder that I dropped out of uni. It just means that like there was literally no point in me going to uni, because like the main reason why I was sad about dropping out of uni is because I loved the course I was doing and I wanted to do that career. So when I dropped out, the biggest thing for me was like, okay, what am I going to do career-wise now? But now that career path has actually opened up for me again, because I've actually got all the qualifications I need to be able to do it. So if I change my mind in the future, which I don't think I will, but if I did, I can now do that career. And it just made me feel kind of funny, but also like quite happy. And also I dropped out of uni in December 2019, so just before COVID happened. So I am actually so glad in a way that I did drop out of uni, like in hindsight, because I haven't ended up with a debt. I haven't ended up with a messed up uni experience because of COVID, and like COVID messed up so much for people in uni, because obviously I had like so many friends like from my course and everything. Like a few months ago I met up with Hannah, who was on my course, and she was telling me like all about what happened after I dropped out, and then like COVID and stuff, and I was like, okay, I'm actually kind of glad that I dropped out. Like I feel like I called it at the right time, if that makes sense. And like even more so just seeing that post, it's like, oh my god, like that's kind of crazy knowing that I could still do that if I wanted to, if that makes sense. And then I don't think I do though. I don't think, like, being a detective, it's a hard job. There's no work-life balance. I remember going to like a careers fair thing at uni, and this woman being like, so you want to be a detective? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, okay, I hope you don't want a social life, or something along those lines. And I was like, oh. And after being self-employed for the past couple of years and kind of getting to do what I want when I want, I really don't think I would cope very well with the work pattern of being a detective. I also don't think I would cope very well with seeing some of the things that detectives see. Like I feel like you've got to be a certain type of person, and I take my hat off to them, and I just don't know if I'm cut out for it. Like I've definitely changed my mind on what I want my career to be now, but it's just so nice to know that that door has now been unlocked for me again, whereas once that door was slammed in my face, it's now like it's been reopened and it's there if I want to go through. Do you know what I mean? I just thought, I don't know, it just kind of made me feel a weird kind of way. I don't know if I've explained that very well and if that makes sense, but it just kind of did. Anyway, I've been rubbing in this cleansing balm for 7 minutes now, and I can't really see what I'm doing because I'm using the viewfinder as a mirror. So I'm going to go to the sink and get this emulsified, get a hot flannel, wash this off, and then I'm going to go in with this, and then I need to do the shark mask, because you have to use the shark mask on clean skin. You can't apply any of your other products like lotions and potions and toners and moisturizers. They need to go on after the shark mask, and I like to put the shark mask on whilst I'm cooking dinner because it just works out quite well timing wise. Then I can have dinner and do the rest of my skincare. So that is what I shall do. I'm very aware that that is a lot of veg, but this bag of veg needed eating. That's the only problem with living on your own, is a lot of the things in the supermarkets aren't one portion. And I've already had this for dinner twice, and I don't want it for dinner 3 times. So I'm just going to have all that veg for my dinner tonight, and it'll be absolutely fine. I just realised this isn't really pad thai because all the veg in it and stuff isn't really pad thai, but the sauce is pad thai. It's like a combination of like noodles, stir fry, pad thai sauce. I don't really know what to call it, but whatever it is, it's delicious. And that is my dinner done. It looks, there's a lot going on there. There's so many different like little bits for like the edamame beans, the little prawns, the little peanuts. There's a lot going on there. It looks slightly chaotic, but like I said, I had this for dinner the other day and it was delicious, so I'm so excited for it. Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. This morning I was up again at about 5:30 and I can't lie, I'm really loving these early mornings. Like, it just makes the day feel so much longer and I just feel so much more productive and like I can get so much more done. So I am quite enjoying them, but I am also equally quite looking forward to it being the weekend tomorrow, so I can not even necessarily like get up late. I'm not really a getting up late kind of person, but like I'll probably wake up at 7 AM tomorrow and just have a bit more leisurely time in bed, which I am looking forward to. But anyway, it is Friday and this morning I'm going to go to Starbucks to try the new tiramisu coffee because I haven't yet tried it and I feel like it's the perfect Friday morning coffee. And I'm also scared that if I leave it much longer, they're going to have taken it off the menu because I know they have these things on for limited times and I'm getting stressed. So I'm going to go there this morning to try it. It will probably cost me an arm and a leg. I know Sophia got it the other day and she said it was really good, so that's a good sign, but I also think it cost her like £6. So it's going to be an extortionate coffee this morning, but I really want to try it. Like, I love me a tiramisu and I love me a Starbucks special, so I'm going to go and try that. I think they have 3 different ones. I think they've got like the iced latte, a shaken espresso or a cold brew or something, and then a frappuccino, but I think I'm just going to get the straight up iced latte. Grab that and then go to Waitrose to get a little bit of food in for the weekend, and then we shall come home and go from there with the rest of the day. Here she is. She's looking delicious with like a cocoa dusting on, and then it's got like a chocolate drizzle, but this is backlit. Let me just move. There we go, you can see it a lot better now. It's got like a chocolate drizzle all around it and then like cocoa powder on top. You can't see it now because it's now overexposed. This lighting just isn't working in my favour, is it? There we go, that looks delicious. Okay, let's try it. That is delicious. I'm a very, very big fan of that. I don't really know if it fully tastes like a tiramisu, but whatever it tastes like is sensational. I'm a very big fan. It's a little bit mockery, like with the chocolate powder on top. Obviously tiramisu does have kind of like chocolate in, and I'm not normally a mocha girl, but this is delicious. It's like a mix between a chocolate milkshake and a coffee, which I wouldn't normally like because I'm not normally a mocha kind of girl. Like, I don't normally love a mocha, but this is kind of giving mocha vibes, but in a delicious way that I'm loving. I'm not tasting any like mascarpone or cheese though, which I've heard some people say that like the smell of the mascarpone thing in this drink is disgusting. Like, I've heard baristas in Starbucks say that the mascarpone thing is gross, but I can't taste it, but whatever I can taste is delicious. Okay, I'm back at the car. I have my coffee, my tiramisu cream ice latte, which was delicious. I got a large one, which I never normally do, but on the way here I was thinking it through because it was gonna be £5.60 for a small, which is just criminal, or £6.50 or £6.40, something along those lines for a large. And I had a free drink on the app, so I was like, do I get a free drink? Like, do I use my free drink on this? But if I'm gonna get a free drink, I might as well get a large because, you know, I might as well make the most of that. And then I was thinking, what if I don't like it? Then it's a waste of a large free drink. But then I was also like, if I don't like it, then it's just gonna be a waste of £5.60. So anyway, I went with the large one, and I'm glad I did because it's absolutely delicious. And it's a nice little Friday treat because I've still got like Pilates pains from Wednesday. Like, my muscles are still aching ever so slightly, and I've also got day 1 period pains, so basically my whole body is just aching and like in pain. Like, no matter if I'm walking or I'm sitting, I'm just in pain all day basically. So I felt like I deserved a nice big iced latte, which is absolutely delicious. And then I went to Waitrose to have a mooch around there, and I went to the agave syrup, and I was going to show you the difference between the light and the agave syrup and stuff. And when I went to get one of the, like, I went to like pick up one of the light agave syrups, and I don't really know what happened, but as I went to do that, it just like toppled off and fell off the shelf, and then the lid cracked, and then agave syrup was just spilling all over the floor. And obviously that's going to be an absolute nightmare to clean up because it's sticky. So I went up to one of the shop assistants and I was like, excuse me, like, I've just spilled something on the ground, like, please can I have some paper towel to clean it up? And she's like, oh no, like, don't worry about it. But then I felt really bad because it was my fault and my mistake, and it's going to be a nightmare to clean up, and also that's now just going to have to go in the bin, so it was a waste. Then I just felt really bad, so I thought, I'm just going to leave Waitrose because this just is not going my way. However, I then did go to Holland & Barrett,
And on sale they had the drinks that I've been wanting to try for ages, the Grass & Co liquid power ginger and lime ones. These were the only flavour they had on offer. I would have rather have had the calm ones, which were chamomile and peach, I think, and then they do another one which I think was enjoyyyy or something like that, which is elderflower and Sicilian lemon, but I don't really like elderflower. These ones are ginger and lime, which I was umming whether I was going to like or not, because sometimes I find ginger quite spicy, obviously. Like, it's not my favourite thing in the world, but I felt like if I felt like I was coming down with something, like coming under the weather, these would be perfect, I felt like. They've got like mushrooms in them, and these were £4.50 instead of £9. So I thought I might as well get them. Like, now's a good time because I've been wanting to try these for absolutely ages. I might have one of these tonight, but whenever I do, I'll let you know what I think of them. So that was my trip to town, and then I thought, you know what, I've just spilled all that agave syrup everywhere. I probably should just go home and call it a day. So that's what I'm going to do. I also thought I should have brought a cake pop with me from home so I could have had it with my Starbucks, because I saw in there, I forgot, yesterday I think I said the cake pops were £2.99 a pack. They're not, they're only £1.99 a pack, which I literally cannot get over. In Starbucks I saw the cake pops, they were £2.60 I think, or £2.30. Either way, they were more expensive for one singular cake pop in Starbucks than they were for a 4-pack in Aldi. And the flavours they've got in Starbucks at the moment are birthday cake and cookies and cream, which is the exact same in Aldi, so I feel like they could literally be the same thing. I haven't tried the birthday cake ones yet to be able to like compare them, but I feel like they're gonna basically be the same. Anyway, I need to get home. I don't know what the time is because you're resting on my phone, but I think it's about 11 o'clock and I have a delivery coming at 12 that I need to make sure I'm in for. I cannot miss this delivery. So I need to make sure I can be home in time for that. I mean, I'm literally 10 minutes away from home, so it's not exactly bad, but I can't miss this delivery, and I will show you it when it arrives. Yeah, I literally am so excited. Anyway, I'm gonna finish my coffee and just carry on being in pain, I think, and I will see you in a bit. My delivery is here, and this is it. Oh my god, I actually cannot believe this. Like, I can't stop screaming. This is the most gorgeous beige wooden reformer from Every Reformer, which I have very kindly been sent to like loan for a couple of months to try it out and create some content on it, and I literally cannot wait. I have banged on about this reformer for the longest time. I've been wanting to upgrade to a gorgeous reformer that basically looks exactly like this. Like, this is so my aesthetic. It is absolutely stunning. And I literally cannot believe that I've got this. Like, my at-home reformer Pilates game has fully just stepped up, because this is so much better than my old one. It's got like the proper springs, even comes with a little box as well, so like I can do like different Pilates moves now that I've got a box. Like, it is insane. It also folds in half, as you can probably tell, so I thought we could set it all up together. Like, I literally was screaming. I pulled up my drive and the courier was literally there waiting for me. Oops, that was a little bit bubble wrap. So I quickly ran out my car, and he already had like the reformer on the pallet and everything, like by my front door, and he was like unwrapping this like big box, like unloading the pallet, and I was literally screaming, but like had to be internally screaming obviously, because I didn't want him to think I was a crazy lady. And then he brought it in into my front door for me, because I've got like a step up to my front door, and I was like, there is no way in hell that this girl is going to lift it up there. So he very kindly did that for me, and he was like, it's about 60 kilograms I think he said, and I was like, oh my god. And then it got in my front door, and I thought, how on earth am I going to get that to my conservatory? But it's got wheels on it, so all I had to do was just push it. It was the easiest thing. It was just like pushing a shopping trolley, and I just managed to wheel it in here all on my own. So I'm a strong independent woman, which I absolutely love. And now we can set this up. This honestly feels like Christmas. Like, I am so happy right now, like I can't even explain it. I do also have a discount code as well if anybody wants to get an at-home reformer. They do them in so many colours as well. I saw they posted on Instagram the other day, they had this gorgeous like espresso brown colour. They also had like a mushroomy colour, and we know my love for the mushroom colour. And they also had a sage green, but I think you can actually get any colour that you want. I think you can just ask them and they'll basically just do bespoke colours. But obviously this is like the most me colour. I think they also do a black one. Like I said, I think they basically just do any colour that you want. Like, it is stunning. Oh yeah, I was talking about my discount code. So if anyone wants my discount code, I believe it's Georgie. I don't know if it's got something on the end of it. I'm going to pop it on screen here and I'll leave it down below, but it'll get you £80 off. And the reason why I had a love for these reformers in the first place was A, the aesthetics of them, and B, these are like the cheapest reformers I've found on the market like this. Like, most of them are £2 grand, but this one I think is 1,100 I believe, which for a reformer like this is so unbelievably good. Like I said, it's the cheapest that I found on the market for like a proper good reformer like this. So with my discount code as well, you can save a little bit of money. But anyway, without me blabbering anymore, I'm gonna set this up, unbox everything. Oh my god, I literally am so excited I could cry. I feel like I should unfold it and get it all out fully first, and then we can unbox everything. Oh my god, that's literally the perfect fit. That actually could not have fit better in this space if I tried. Oh my god, it's stunning. I actually cannot go over this.
Oh my God, I literally feel like Cinderella right now. You know when she puts the shoe on to go to the magical ball thing, because it's the perfect fit. This reformer literally fits perfectly into this gap. Like, it literally is the perfect fit. I'm obsessed already. Like, this foot bar is so much better than my old one. I've also got this end platform, so it basically just means I can do so many more different like Pilates moves now, because sometimes I'll be doing a reformer class on YouTube and the instructor would be like, put the red and the blue spring on, and I'm like, my springs on my old reformer didn't have colours, and they weren't like too heavy, too light springs either. I just kind of had to improvise, and also they'd sometimes be like, stand on this bit of the reformer. My old one didn't really have that. So like, this just means I can do so many more moves. And also with the box and everything, this is the little end ball. Oh my goodness me, this is actually gorgeous. Maybe I should get scissors. My period pains have also gone away now. My ibuprofen has kicked in, so the day is really looking up for me. Oh my God. Now that can just sit there for now though, and then I think all the screws and stuff are in the bottom of this, and also like all the straps and loops and everything are in here. Okay, I'm gonna get the rest of this like fully set up and everything, and then I'll show you the finished result. And I know my muscles are aching, and earlier on I said I've got Pilates and period pains, but my ibuprofen has kicked in, my period pains have gone away, and I don't really care that I've got achy, tired legs, because I'm just gonna have to have a go on this. Maybe I'll just do some stretching, but I can't wait until tomorrow to try this out when it's just sitting here. I feel like a kid on Christmas, you know, when you want like batteries in your toy straight away so you can play with it. That's how I feel right now. So I'm going to set this up and then we can give it a try. Bob the Builder status has well and truly been unlocked. This is the little like box, and then inside it was all this. So I've got like the straps that I need to attach in. Got some little, I don't even know what these are called, you know, little flower screw things. Oh good, it comes with this. Some form of screwdriver or something, I'm guessing. Maybe that's not, maybe that's actually part of it, I don't know, it comes with that. And then these are the little shoulder blocks, which are so nice. Like, look at how gorgeous they are. In comparison, this is my old one over here, and these were the shoulder blocks on my old one, just these little foam ones, which could definitely do with a clean. But like, yeah, this did the job, don't get me wrong, and I still love it. This holds a very fond place in my heart, but this is just such an aesthetic upgrade, I can't even cope. Like, that is gorgeous. It is not in fact a screwdriver, which is actually quite obvious. I don't know why I thought that was a screwdriver at first. It's not. It goes in here. It's the little hook to put the straps on, which is so good because, again, my old one didn't have a hook. I just had to like put it around the headrest. And this one's got a double loop on the strap, which is perfect. So I can do shorter straps and longer straps, which is just so good. Like, there's so many like not advanced bits, but like my one, like I've said before, is very basic. So like this has got so much like more stuff, which means I can do so much more with it, which is so good. The straps are so nice as well. They're like so like soft on the inside, which is so lovely. These are the ones on my reformer. They're like fluffy. They always remind me of like a fluffy steering wheel cover. They're kind of a bit like kinky and kind of weird. And like I said, they're basic, but they do the job. But the other one is just gonna be so much nicer. And last but not least, we have the springs, and I can already feel like the difference in them. I think the green is the lightest, then the yellow, and then the red is the strongest, because I can just tell from like the tension on that compared to the tension on this is so different. Whereas with my old one, there was just 4 like black elastic type things, and I don't think the tension was different on any of them. So if I wanted like heavy, I just put all 4 on, whereas this way you can customize it and change the tension and like the intensity a lot more, which is so good. Like, I can literally feel, like I said, the difference in between pulling them. You can just feel the tension already. Anyway, that's what she's looking like. Let's give you an overview. How stunning. That was so much easier to put together than I thought it was going to be. I didn't know if I'd be able to do it all on my own or whether I'd have to wait until Dad comes tomorrow, but I've done it. It was actually so straightforward, so easy to do, and oh my god, that just looks absolutely stunning. So this is everything that you get if you buy the reformer. You get the little jump board in the box with it as well. This one retails at 1,180, but with my discount code, obviously you get £80 off, so it goes down to 1,100, which I know is a lot of money, but girl maths, in the long run, it works out a lot cheaper than having to pay to go to Pilates classes all the time. And it's also the cheapest that I found on the market for like this type of reformer, which is what drew me to it in the first place, because I've always wanted like a wooden beige reformer like this, but most of them are like 2 to 3 grand. So fact that this one is only £1,000 is insane because these reformers are not cheap. So that is actually such a good price for them. So I just thought I'd show you, give you a little overview just in case anyone was interested. And obviously it folds in half as well. So storage wise, if you don't have the room to have it out all the time, you can fold it in half and then put it in like an understairs cupboard or like tuck it behind the sofa or something like that if you don't want it out all the time. And she's done. And I've also got changed because I felt like she deserved a nice cream outfit for the first little try of it. I'm actually so like unbelievably obsessed with this. It is gorgeous. The fact I've got like 2 different lengths of loops, the fact I've got springs that have different levels of tension on them, and just the box, everything. It's just going to change the at-home Pilates game, and I have no words, I'm speechless. And she's done, and I've got changed as well because I felt like she deserved a nice, cute, cream little Pilates outfit for the first little trial. So let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Oh my god, that just feels so much better. I can't even explain it. It literally glides along so smoothly. It's like such a big difference to my old one. I fear I'm not going to want to give this back. When my trial period is up, I just want to keep this forever. I'm obsessed with it. Okay, let's try it with the box. This is so fun. I've never had a box at home to be able to do it. When I went to a Pilates class a little while ago, we did like this swimming thing, like breaststroke, and we like laid on top of the reformer. I can't quite remember how to do it. I'll have to do it another day because I need to move this out so I've got a bit more room. But we had like arms in the straps and we did like this, and it was like breaststroke swimming. It was the most fun thing ever. So I'm definitely like gonna try that out now I've got this. This is literally so fun. I can do so much. One slight problem, I definitely haven't done the straps the same because one is longer than the other. So I've definitely like threaded them through slightly differently. Yeah, this is longer, so I need to just quickly change that. That looks better. Are we even? You are now, that's better. Like this is literally so much fun. I'm literally gonna have so much fun with this. You're probably sick to death of me hearing about this now, so I'm gonna shut up and have a little play around with this. And I'll see you in a little bit with something non-reformer Pilates related, just in case you're bored of this. In the words of Amy Winehouse, we are back to black, and the postman has been, and he's delivered this parcel, which I am so unbelievably excited for. This is another thing that has been on my wellness wish list for a little while, and I have finally bought it. I just kept forgetting to order it. Like, these weren't even that expensive, so I don't really know why I put off getting them for so long, but I finally have them. So I thought we could open them together, because today's just an exciting day of deliveries, apparently, of things that have been on my wellness wish list for a while. And I'm getting through the wish list. I've ticked off the Shark Cryo Glow mask and the Current Body LED mask. I've now somewhat ticked off the Every Reformer, and I'm now ticking these off. So we really are getting there with ticking things off the list, which I'm very happy about because I love a list and I love ticking things off a list. These are some reusable eye patches, which I've had my eye on for a while. I just feel like these are the perfect addition to like a little self-care kind of evening. This is them. They're from a brand called Jumon, I think that's how you say it. They had loads of different designs, but I went with these ones. Basically, the whole point of these is you put your like eye cream or serum on or whatever, and then you put these on over the top to help your eye cream absorb. But I also just thought these are so like aesthetic and cute and just like a fun thing to add to like a self-care Sunday or something. I feel like they'll just elevate the kind of self-care vibes. They come in this little black case like this, and they had a few different designs, but I went with this one, which say slow down, which I'm obsessed with. They're white and then they say slow down on them, which is so cool. They also had black ones with white writing on, which said F off, but like the full word, which I also thought was kind of fun, but I felt like these are a little bit more PG and better for like posting content in. They also had green ones which say matcha something. I can't remember what the match one said, but I wish they did like beige ones with like iced coffee or something along those lines, because I would absolutely love that. And then they also had some more like bridal style ones. So if you're getting married, I think that's actually, yeah, that's where I first saw them. Jilly Isabella was getting married, and when she was getting ready for her wedding, she had ones that said wifey underneath them, and I was like, oh my god, they're so cool. But obviously I didn't want bridal ones. But I finally managed to find non-bridal ones that have a cute design, because there's not many reusable eye patches out there. They're fairly like a new concept, I feel like, and these are the nicest ones that I found, and I'm actually obsessed with them. They're so cute. So they're like silicone, and you can just reuse them and reuse them. I think you just like wash them with like cold water maybe afterwards, but yeah, they're so fun. I'm actually obsessed with them. I cannot wait to use them. Anyway, it's now 3 o'clock. I've got myself my birthday cake pop to try, and I thought we could try it together because I just did. I don't really know why. That was really good. They're not quite as good as the Starbucks ones from what I can remember. I haven't had a Starbucks cake pop in ages, but from memory, they're very similar. I feel like the Starbucks like actual cake bit is a little bit nicer, ever so slightly, but the strawberry icing and everything tastes the exact same. Like these are such a good dupe of the Starbucks cake pops. Literally like a fraction of the price, I can't get over it. That's actually delicious. So I'm gonna eat this and I need to get a daily vlog edited ready for Sunday. So that is what I'm gonna do next. I don't really have anything else to say, so I'll see you in a bit. Good evening. It is Friday evening, obviously, and it's my last solo evening for a little while because obviously Dad's coming home tomorrow. And I can't lie, I do love a solo evening. I have really learned to love them and got into like a bit of a little kind of evening routine. So I want to make the most of that this evening. So for dinner, of course, it's going to be a gala dinner, and I'm going to have tomato creamy pasta, which is one of my go-tos. But I don't think I had it last week, which means I haven't had it in like 2 weeks, which is kind of bizarre for me. So I'm gonna have that for my dinner tonight. I really didn't know what I wanted for dinner tonight, and I was walking around Waitrose earlier and there was nothing that I fancied other than like a chicken tikka masala and pilau rice ready meal. But I feel like we're gonna have a curry tomorrow night, so I didn't want to get that. And at the time I had my period pains and I just couldn't be bothered to do anything. So I went to my resort like backup go-to option of pasta, but I'm very glad about it. I'm actually really looking forward to it. And for my Friday night drink, I thought we could try the drinks that I got earlier. I popped them in the fridge so that it would be nice and cold. And then this evening I'm gonna have a classic Friday night self-care evening as I normally do. I'm gonna use my Shark Eligible face mask. I might also use my new eye patches, which I'm really excited about. And then I think I'm gonna watch a film or something. I kind of fancy watching High School Musical, which is so rogue, but I was filming earlier like an out with the old, in with the new little like TikTok thing to the song from High School Musical, and ever since then it's kind of made me want to watch High School Musical. This also doesn't feel quite as cold as I want it to be, and I don't know if maybe putting it in the box has affected that. I love the packaging though. Obviously I'm not really a colourful girly, but I feel like that is really gorgeous packaging. Oh, okay, maybe this won't be my Friday night drink. Luckily I just read that. I don't normally read the packaging, but I just read it and it said high caffeine content, not suitable for children, pregnant women, and persons sensitive to caffeine. Caffeine 170 milligrams per 100 ml. And we know I can't have a coffee past 1 PM because it just completely messes up my sleep with the caffeine. So I don't think that this is going to be a good idea for me to have tonight. I think it's because it's the power one, because it says on here for lasting energy release. So I think maybe if I had the other flavours, they would be okay to have in an evening, but this is actually going to be more of a morning drink, which is not what I wanted it for. So that's slightly annoying. Maybe I should learn to read the packaging. Okay, I'm not going to have that as my Friday evening drink then. I have got a couple of cans of Trip in the fridge, which are my normal kind of Friday night drink if I want something other than water. So I might have one of those later, but I don't really fancy one right now. So yeah, that's my little Friday evening plans and I'm very looking forward to it. Good morning everyone, happy Saturday. It is a cloudy Saturday today, so I'm just going to spend the day at home and just have a nice chilled Saturday at home. And of course, I'm going to start my morning off with some reformer Pilates, which I am literally so excited about. I literally feel like a child at Christmas, you know, like on Christmas morning when you were younger and you would wake up and you'd known that Santa had been and that there was loads of presents downstairs. That's how I feel. Like I've not been downstairs yet this morning, but I know that obviously the reformer is down there, and I just feel like when I walk down there and see it all over again, I'm just gonna get so excited. I literally cannot wait. And for the first ever proper like little reformer Pilates session that I'm gonna do on the reformer, I feel like it deserves my favourite, or one of my favourite Pilates outfits, which is this little White Fox 2-piece little set with this Zara top over the top and then my Eliosa puppy Pilates socks, because I couldn't not wear one of my favourite outfits for this. So I'm just going to chuck this on and then we can go downstairs and get on with doing some Pilates. Okay, it is time for Pilates, and today I'm just going to do a Pilates Reformer Intermediate Heavy Spring Sculpt is what it's called. So this is a new one I've not done before, but we're going to give it a go. It was a cloudy Saturday, but it looks like the cloud is now breaking up and the sun's starting to come out.
As we pull down on our exhales and inhale, return. As always, think when we pull it down, we are engaging our core. So I'm thinking that the palms back to the hips. Inhale out to a T, and then exhale, palms to hips. We're going to feel our lats, those nice big muscles that run up and down the sides of our back. Our biceps thinking.
I managed to film most of my warm-up, but then the sun decided it was going to make an appearance and then it completely messed up the lighting. But I have done my first proper Pilates workout on the reformer, which I absolutely loved. And I'm going to try and do it daily because, like I said, I've got the reformer for about 3 months, but I'm going to be in Canada for 3.5 weeks of those 3 months, which is like so annoying because I just want to be home to be able to like make the most of it, if you know what I mean. So whilst I am home, I'm going to try and do it every single day to make the most of having it whilst I do, because I'm just absolutely obsessed with it. But anyway, I'm going to make myself a morning coffee now, and I was going to have my usual iced agave latte, but I've now just seen my Starbucks cup left over from yesterday, and I've got an idea to try and recreate the Starbucks tiramisu iced latte, because yesterday I also bought some mascarpone to make a tomato mascarpone pasta for my dinner, because they didn't have like a tomato and mascarpone sauce in the supermarket, so I just bought the mascarpone separately. But then I was thinking, like, now I've got a whole tub of mascarpone, what am I going to do with it? I've now thought what I can do with it, and I'm going to try and make the Starbucks iced tiramisu latte at home. So I'm going to do that, and then I think I might sit and drink that and read my book for a little bit, and just have a nice slow-paced Saturday morning, which I don't normally have. I feel like recently it's been really sunny on a Saturday, which has been so lovely, but I've then wanted to like get up and get out and make the most of the weather, whereas today, with it being a little bit cloudier, I don't feel like I'm missing out on making the most of the weather by staying in all morning and having a nice slow-paced day. So whilst it's cloudy, I thought I would make the most of that and just have a little bit more of a chilled Saturday, because I don't feel like I've had one of them in a while. Tell me you're a girl who lives on her own without telling me you're a girl who lives on her own. This is my washing up station, my little what's this called, like a drying rack type thing. On here I have my little coffee like espresso shot thing. I also have my takeout coffee cup, my little Nespresso one. I've got my Jellycat mug, I've got my iced coffee glass 1 and my iced coffee glass 2. I've got my little croissant espresso iced coffee glass. I've got my ceramic iced coffee straws and my glass iced coffee straws, my milk frother for my iced coffees and stuff, and then a strainer for my pasta for my dinner last night. Literally all I seem to wash up is coffee stuff, because to be fair, most of the stuff goes in the dishwasher, but obviously these are quite fragile, so I don't want to put them in the dishwasher. But just looking at this, if someone walked into my house, they'd be like, okay, a girl in her 20s definitely lives here, because it just revolves around iced coffee and pasta, which is me. This just literally sums me up right here. Put mascarpone and milk in my milk frother, and I've just done the cold foam in there. It doesn't look like the thickest consistency, but it will do. Okay, no, that actually looks so good. That looks like proper cold foam. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit of cocoa powder on top, and then that'll be my little tiramisu iced latte done. And that cold foam, look at the difference. Like, it's such a thick layer, that looks delicious. That's gonna be so excited for coffee creamer in Canada as well. Like, I literally cannot even explain how excited I am to go to the supermarkets and buy coffee creamer. Like, I literally cannot wait. I don't wanna stir it, but I feel like I need to, so I can give it a proper try. That actually tastes more like a tiramisu than the one I had in Starbucks did yesterday. I'm just gonna add a little bit more milk, and then I feel like it's pretty good. They did add chocolate syrup in Starbucks yesterday, like around the edge of the glass, but I don't have any. But I actually think that tastes more like a tiramisu than the Starbucks one did. The Starbucks one was just quite chocolatey, whereas this is more like mascarpone-y, which I feel like is a little bit better. I'm actually quite impressed with that. I might actually just add in a little bit of my Biomel, and then that will make it a little bit more chocolatey, which might even make it a bit more tiramisu-y. Add a splash of that in, give it a stir. Oh my god, the addition of the Biomel, that literally tastes like a tiramisu. That is actually incredible. I'm so happy with that. I've actually nailed that. For once in my life, I feel like I've done a Starbucks coffee better than they have. I feel like I always just come here when I have a parcel to open, but this has just been delivered and I'm so excited about this. The other day, this company like contacted me asking if they could send me this, and when I saw what it was, I was like, absolutely, you've come to the right person, because it's a little candle, but I don't even know what the scent is. I just saw the packaging and I thought, yeah, I absolutely do want that. It's a luxury hand-poured candle, 100% soy wax, whatever that means. Comes in a cute little carton, which is quite nice for a little present for someone. And then inside, the actual candle itself looks like this. It is so cute. It says golden retriever on it. Golden retriever, noun, an embodiment of sunshine with a wagging tail. Might believe it's a human, just slightly furrier and better at fetching, which is absolutely so appropriate. Oh, here we go. Vanilla, sugared almond and rose scented candle. That's perfect. That's a scent that's a bit of me. Oh, that's nice. That reminds me of something, you know. that scent. I can't quite put my finger on it. I want to say it's like it's kind of reminding me of Jo Malone or something, but I don't think it's that. I'm not sure what that's reminding me of, but that is a very familiar scent. They have loads of different dog breeds of these as well, so it makes for quite a nice present for someone. But yeah, I saw a golden retriever on it and I thought, absolutely, I would love that. That is actually so cute. I'm so happy with that. So that's the only parcel that the postman brought me today. So that's today's parcel unboxing done. My bedroom is a bit of a mess. I've just got clothes everywhere. I am very much a floor drape kind of girl. My wardrobe, as you can see, is quite small and I have way too many clothes. So putting my clothes away at the end of the day always just feels like a chore. Like, I know what I should do is when I get undressed at the end of the day, either put my clothes in the washing basket if they're dirty, and if they're not, then put them back in my wardrobe or my drawers. But it's just a lot of effort to try, and I literally have to fight with my wardrobe to get it to shut, and it's just a lot of effort to have to do that. So I always end up with a bit of a floor drape, which is not cute. So I'm gonna give my room a bit of a tidy up now, get the house all cleaned and tidy, do like a little bit of a Sunday reset on Saturday, just so I don't have to do it tomorrow basically. So I'm gonna get on with doing that for a little bit.
Hiya. Yes, please.
Sorry,
That's all right. Perfect.
Wait here, I'll bring it to you.
Perfect, thank you. Good afternoon. I'm just about to pick Dad up from the airport, but I'm doing my obligatory little Cafe Nero drive-through run before I do the little airport pickup / drop off, because this has become a little tradition of mine. I'm just getting a decaf iced latte because it's 4:20, so I don't want any caffeine, but I can't say no to a free coffee, so I'm just going to grab that. Dad has literally just landed, which is perfect timing, and then I shall scoop him up and then we shall go home.
There you go.
Perfect. That's all right.
Have a lovely rest
Thank
of
you,
your
and you. Thank you so much. That is actually really good. I wouldn't normally choose Cafe Nero. I'd normally choose Starbucks over Cafe Nero, but having said that, this is a delicious little iced latte. I'm also seeing the Burger King drive-through, and I could, you know, smash a frozen Fanta right now because it is a hot afternoon. It's 18 degrees and it's gone really sunny, but I don't need 2 iced beverages, do I? Now to just sit in the car park basically and wait for my father. I've literally been to Stansted Airport so much recently. For someone that's not stepped foot on a plane, I've not even got out the car. I've literally been to Stansted Airport like 4 times in the past 2 weeks. And the closest I've been to a plane is seeing one in the sky. There he is.
All right. What? Oh, hiya, we're here. Cornwall to Stansted in just about an hour.
Ready?
Ready?
Good evening, I'm back in the car. It is 6:30. Dad's just gone to get the Chinese and I'm just sitting in the car waiting for that. That's what we've gone for our takeaway. Although I said when Mum was here, you can't really have a Chinese when there's 2 people because I don't feel like you can get enough dishes, but I didn't really fancy an Indian because I obviously had it with Mum not that long ago. I really fancied chicken chow mein from the Chinese, so we've got that, and then we've got like a mixed starter thing, so I thought that way we can have a few things without buying loads of dishes, if that makes sense. And then we got a crispy beef, and I think that should be fine, to be fair. I'm not really that fussed about rice, so we didn't bother with that. So I feel like that should be fine for 2 people, and that should hopefully work quite well. I feel like that's quite a good idea actually. So Dad's just going to grab that, and then I will maybe we'll do a dish up dinner when we get home.
Okay, we are home and we have our Chinese. We have already started on the prawn crackers, of course. I feel like that's obligatory on the way home. We also have 2 little fortune cookies, and then this is our little, it's actually quite big. I say little, but this is the appetizer mixed thing. Oh my god, this looks so good. This was definitely a good call. We have prawn toast, seaweed, sweet chilli sauce, ribs, wontons, variety of spring rolls. That looks so good. I don't know how well you can see that. Let's give you a little close up. That actually looks delicious. There's quite a lot in there. And that way we could have variety without having like thousands of different dishes. And then we have the chicken chow mein, or however you say it, and crispy shredded beef. Delicious. I'm very excited for this. This smells good. So I'm going to start dishing up. So let's do prawn toast on each. 2 prawn toasts on each actually. Oh, and crab claws, I think that is.
Oh, nice.
So crab claw on each. And then giant spring roll, mini tiny little ribs, little wonton. Oh my god, there's actually so much. I might not actually need all this.
Yummy, tummy, tummy, tummy.
Well, it's actually making my mouth water, you know.
Is that all good?
Yeah, I'm literally drooling like a dog. Seaweed, some chow mein, and last but not least, a little bit of crispy shredded beef, like so. And then a couple of prawn crackers, and that is our dinner dished up. And that's actually ended up as quite a big plateful. I feel like that little appetizer thing, you can't really see that, can you? There you go. That little appetizer hack, I feel like it's quite a good one. Good morning everyone, happy Sunday. It is bright and early over here on this fine Sunday morning. Dad wants to go to church this morning to an 8 AM service and he's not insured to drive my car. Hence why I'm up this early, because I need to drive into town so that he can go to church, and then I'm going to go for a nice long walk whilst he's there, and then afterwards we're going to grab some breakfast and a coffee, because that's what I've been bribed with. I feel like I can be bribed into most things in life if you're going to get me a coffee or a sweet treat, which is exactly what Dad's going to be doing, which is why I rolled out of bed this morning. But yes, I don't feel very awake. I don't feel with it. I feel like I do need a nice big iced latte this morning because I just feel very sleepy. Like I woke up fine, but I just don't really feel with it, and I feel like I am just chatting utter rubbish because I'm just not awake yet. So I'm gonna head out, go for a nice long walk, grab a coffee. Yes, big bit of ice in one. Got a large iced blonde roast. I can't even think what I'm saying. I clearly need to drink this. What have I got? An iced blonde roast caramel macchiato, but did it as a latte so that it's cheaper. That's my little hack. Dad's got his tea.
Greg's special tea. Just had bacon and sausage.
Yeah, we've just
baguettes.
had our breakfast baguettes. That's that. But yeah, I really need to drink this clearly. Yeah, I've got tomato sauce all down me, which is perfect. But I'm going to drink this because clearly I need it because I'm just not awake this morning. But this is exactly what I needed this Sunday morning. Good afternoon. I am home and I have just done a reformer Pilates workout that has absolutely obliterated my glutes. Like when I stand up, my glutes are literally shaking. They're quaking in their boots. But I didn't film my workout because A, I felt like you would probably sick of seeing me do reformer Pilates this week, and B, I don't have enough storage on my SD card. However, when I was lying here, I suddenly remembered yesterday I found out that you can pay for this reformer in instalments. So if you don't want to buy it all outright, you can pay for it monthly, which I think is quite good because then rather than paying for a Pilates membership monthly, you can just pay monthly to have a reformer in your own home. So just wanted to quickly add that in here in case anybody was curious about buying one. You can set up like a plan to pay in instalments, which is quite cool. So I just thought I'd add that in here. But anyway, I'm gonna have some leftover Chinese for my lunch now, which I'm really looking forward to. And then I'm gonna get my hair washed, and then I think I'm gonna do some editing, I think is gonna be the plans for the rest of my day. Good morning everyone, happy Monday. It is 8 AM on this Monday morning, and today I thought we could do a little get ready with me and we could get ready together for the day. I have my makeup headband here, so she's going to get on to get this hair out my face, and then I'm going to sit myself down on the bed here and we can get ready together. Today I have a full face of collection makeup to try, which I am so excited about. I don't feel like there's a much better feeling than having a full face of new makeup to try out and play around with. Like I honestly just love doing that. So I thought we could do it together. I thought we could share that today. So first up, I'm going to go in with the Collection Filter Finish Complexion Boosting Primer and Illuminator. That is a mouthful for 8 AM on this Monday morning. I tried this out the other day and I loved it because sometimes I've tried a few of these like priming, illuminating base type products, and sometimes I find them personally a little bit too glowy and a little bit too much, whereas this is the perfect amount of like glow without looking like a shiny oily disco ball. Like it's the perfect kind of combination. It just gives you that natural glow and a little bit of blur to your skin without being too much. So I feel like for the summer months this is literally perfect. Like I would just wear this on its own, maybe a little bit of bronzer on top, and then be good to go. I feel like this is just perfect just to even out your complexion and give you a little bit of a glow, but it's super lightweight, you can't feel on the skin, and it literally takes seconds to apply. Here's a little close-up of it on my skin. I've also just realised I haven't put my mascara on yet, so I'm just going to quickly put some mascara on my bottom lashes. This is the Raise the Roof mascara, and this is what, this really is 2016 Beauty Guru. This is what the one looks like. I probably should have a mirror for this, shouldn't I? Because I don't know how I'm going to be able to see this without stabbing my eye out otherwise. Okay, lashes are done and I'm very happy with how they've turned out. I feel like they look exactly how I wanted. And now I'm going to just go back to my face. Foundation, I've got the Collection Lasting Perfection Satin Finish Foundation in a couple of shades here. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of this on. I really like how the little priming radiance booster thing looks. So I'm only just going to do a little bit of foundation just over the top of that, just to give a little bit more coverage. That is in the shade 8W Beige Warm. I feel like that's actually a very like good colour match, which I'm very impressed with. I shade match myself online, which I feel like is always a little bit of a task, but that has actually gone on so nicely. Okay, base is done and I love it. That is exactly how I want my base to look, like a little bit of a glow and a shine without being too much, and I feel like this is literally that. Next up, cream bronzer, and I didn't want to use this the other day. I wanted to save this for you because look at how gorgeous that swirl is. I wanted to save that because that just looks like the most delicious chocolate mousse ever. I am such a cream bronzer fan, especially in the summertime. Like, I feel like this with the little glow thing, just like these two together, is what I would wear for like summer skin on holiday, just to give a little bit of colour without being too much. I feel like she deserves a close-up for the first use. It says on the back that it's a cream to powder bronzer that helps give skin a fresh, natural, sun-kissed glow, which is what we absolutely love. That's exactly what we want for the summertime. I actually really like that. I feel like that's a nice kind of colour without being too orangey, and it's also nice and buildable and lightweight on the skin. I would say I'm a bit of a cream bronzer connoisseur. Like, I love a cream bronzer, and I've tried so many, and this I actually love, especially for like, I can't go over the price of this as well. I have tried the high-end, very high-end cream bronzer of this, and I actually think I prefer this. This isn't as orangey, and I feel like it's a bit more buildable and just like sits better on the skin. From first impressions, I'm thoroughly impressed with that. Then for blush, I have these two, which are the new lip and cheek stains. I've got this gorgeous pinky one, which is in the shade Blossom, and this orangey one, which is in the shade Amber. I've never tried an orange blush before, but I see so many girls using them, especially on holiday, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. But I did try this one out the other day, and I absolutely loved it. It's quite a watery, like lightweight consistency, which I really like. So this is the colour of it, and then I just like dabbed a little bit on. It feels like really cooling and refreshing on the skin, and because it's a stain, it's really buildable. I just like blended it out like this, and it just blends out so easily and just like sits into the skin so nicely, and it just shears out really well. So if you wanted to do like a no makeup look, I feel like this is really good for that. But it's also really buildable. Like the other day I put 2 layers of this on, and it just ended up in the nicest colour. That is it with one little layer on. I'm just gonna add another little layer, and you can also use this on your lips as well as like a little lip stain as well, which again I feel like for the summertime is just so good. Like a little stain, lightweight, lasts all day, can't feel it on your skin. That's exactly what you want. I could not do a full face of collection makeup without this, without the OG, the collection makeup product that we all know and that we all love. It's the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer, which I remember using this when I was like 15 or something. Like, this has been in my makeup collection for about, not this particular one obviously, but this has been in my makeup collection for like plus 10 years now, which is crazy. If you haven't heard about this concealer, I would be so incredibly surprised because she is one of the most famous concealers. Mine is in the shade 7N Biscuit Neutral. I'm just going to pop a little bit underneath my eyes and then just blend it out. I feel like every girl had this concealer in their makeup bag at least one point in their life. Like, it is such a cult classic, and 10 years on, it's still just as good as I remember it first being. Like, it's such a good coverage concealer without being thick and cakey, which is just perfect. Then for powder, I'm going to go in with the Lasting Perfection Sheer Loose Powder, which I have seen a lot of people rave about on social media at the moment. Like, so many people say that this is their go-to powder, and I think it's literally like £3 or £4. Like, it's so inexpensive. So I'm just gonna load this up on a little powder puff and pop this underneath my eyes just to set that concealer. And then for the rest of my face, I'm just going to go in with this powder, which is the Blurring Powder Colour Correcting Instantly Blurs and Smooths Skin. And it's got this really cool, like, kind of swirly sort of colour to it. Like, that looks so fun. So I'm just going to, again, pop this on a powder puff. That is actually so pigmented. That is literally loaded up the powder puff from just one tap in the pan. I'm just going to pop that in my T-zone and the rest of my face just to set all the products together. I'm also just going to go in with this to try. The Brow and Lash Gel Colour Lash 3-in-1. I'm not normally a brow gel kind of girly, but this looks really fun because it's got like that on one end, and then it's got this brush that you can, I guess, like brush it through on the other end. So I'm just going to quickly give this a go. It's a clear brow gel, which is good because it's not leaving any like whiteness in my brows, because I've tried products before that leave like almost dandruff looking like white flakes in my eyebrows from where the product dries, and it doesn't look very good. But this is completely clear, so you can't actually see it in your eyebrows, but it just helps to set them in place. Okay, and then I'm just gonna brush away all of that powder, the excess powder off my skin. And then I'm just gonna melt all of that together with the Collection Filter Finish Flawless Skin Setting Spray. This is from the same range that the little priming glow thing was, so I feel like that will just kind of tie everything really nicely together. I don't know why I'm doing this with my mouth open. And then last but not least, I've got these two, which are the Gloss Me Up PH glosses. This pink one is in the shade Cotton Candy. Oh my god, I love these names. This brown one is in the shade Caramel Swirl. Delicious Sweet Treats, which we love. I think I'm gonna go with the brownie one. I'm intrigued to see like what this looks like.
I'm just going to chuck a little bit of this on. It's gone quite a nice sort of like nudie brown colour, which I quite like. And that is my finished little full face of Collection makeup. This little section of the vlog was very kindly sponsored by Collection, so thank you very much to Collection for that. And that was my finished little makeup. And now, let's get dressed for the day. Today's plan is to go to Cambridge with Georgie and Robin. We're going to have a little shopping day, which I'm really looking forward to. And it's quite a cloudy day today. It was meant to be sunny, but it looks like it's just going to be a pretty cloudy day. So I don't really know what to wear because I don't think it's going to be the warmest. So I think I might just wear, I kind of just want to be comfy, to be honest. We're just going to be shopping, chatting and eating. So I want to just be able to be comfy to enjoy that. So I think I'm going to wear this little like two-piece set and then either put a trench coat over the top, or I've got this like Zara cream oversized denim jacket which I'm thinking of wearing. I've just come downstairs to make myself an iced coffee, which I was gonna take with me in the car because it's 10:27 and Robin is picking me up between 11:15 and 11, I believe. So I was gonna make myself an iced coffee to take in the car, but Dad's just rang me. He's just popped into town with my brother because they needed to get some screws or something along those lines, and he was like, we're getting a coffee, do you want one? And I just thought, oh my god, like my dad is honestly the best person on this planet Earth. I love him so much. Like, he's just so generous. Like the fact he's gone out with my brother and they're getting themselves a coffee, but he's even offered me one even though I'm not with him. Do you know what I mean? I just think that's so nice that like he's offered to bring me a coffee home, and obviously I can't say no to a Starbucks. So Dad is getting me another iced caramel macchiato blonde roast, 2 pumps of, no, actually what he's getting me is an iced vanilla latte, no he's not, he's getting me an iced latte blonde roast, 2 pumps of vanilla syrup and some caramel drizzle, which is basically an iced caramel macchiato, but if you do it that way when you're a Starbucks Gold member, it saves you like £2 and it's so worth it. So I've sent him my Starbucks card so that it makes it cheaper. So yeah, I'm gonna have that for my morning coffee this morning, which I just feel like is the perfect way to start a Monday. Like getting a Starbucks delivered to my door, I don't even have to step foot out of the house, is just incredible. Like I don't have Uber Eats or anything where I live, so I couldn't even, I know some people can get Starbucks delivered, like if you order it on the app, but that's not a thing where I live. So the fact I can have a Starbucks without having to step out the front door is a novelty, and it's a novelty that I am very happy about. It is 10:44, the shoes are on, but the hand is empty, I have no coffee. Robin is literally going to be here any second now. I don't know where Dad and Sam are, they should be here any second now as well, so I think it's literally going to be grabbing my coffee just in time, getting in the car and then going. Sam and Dad have won the race, thank God. I didn't want to have to make Robin wait for me to get my coffee. Thank you very much.
Oh look, there's a treat thing in there for you, look.
Oh, thanks, cake pop. Thank you. That's Lauren. Okay, this is a Jack's Gelato menu today. I think I'm gonna get vanilla brown sugar and milk and vanilla cookies. They didn't end up having milk and cookies, it wasn't ready yet, so I've just gone with brown sugar vanilla again. Good afternoon, I am now back home after a lovely little day shopping. It is 4:30. We had pizza for lunch at Pizza Pilgrims, which was delicious. And of course I got a Jack's Gelato and I got another one of the Mystery Prince, and I was there with Robin and I was like, do I go left hand side or right hand side, because there's like 2 different coin slots, and she's like, do the right hand side, and I was like, okay. And there was like on the machine it's like a thing of like all the ones you can get, and I said to Robin like, I want this one. She said put it in the right one. I put it in the right one. What did I get? I got the one I wanted, which I'm so happy about because it's a little cone with a chocolate and like a vanilla ice cream, which looks delicious. And last time I got an ice cream, it was a pink one in a cup, and as much as I'm happy now I got like a cone and a cup one, didn't really like the pink ice cream, so I wanted a neutral one, so I'm so happy with that. And then that with my little hot chocolate would look so cute. And then also, whilst I was in Cambridge, I thought I'd get a Too Good To Go bag, because I'm never normally in Cambridge in the afternoon or like the evening, which is when the Too Good To Go bags are. But the Millies cookies one was on, and I've had it before from Cambridge, and I got like a big bag full of cookies, and it was £4, so I thought I might as well do it. Telling Jodie and Robin that in the past I've seen people on TikTok, when it's been like Mother's Day or whatever, they've got a Too Good To Go bag and they've ended up with like a giant full-on Millies cookie. But obviously today's just like a random Monday, so I was like, I probably won't get that. But like Robin was like, what do you want in your bag? And I was like, I really want like one of the cookie slices with the icing, because they're my absolute favourite. In particular the pink and white icing cookies, like the cookie slices from the giant cookies are my favourite. Went to Millies Cookies and got handed over this incredibly heavy giant bag of cookies. What is in here? Cookie slices. It is full of cookie slices, and it's not just singular cookie slices, they're double cookies, and it's pink and white icing. I literally looked in the top of the bag and all I saw was pink and white icing, and I literally screamed like, this is exactly what I wanted. So this is my Millies Cookies Too Good To Go bag, literally full of cookie slices. And then I didn't realise at first, but it's a double cookie, so it's like milk chocolate on the top and then triple chocolate on the bottom, and the pink icing tastes like strawberry and it's delicious. And I think I've got like half a giant cookie here,
which is so good, because like I said, I was like, I'm not going to get a giant cookie, because I feel like Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, days like that where they have giant cookies made up for like special holidays that they haven't sold, you'd get that in a Too Good To Go bag, but on a normal day you wouldn't. So the fact I've literally got, I feel like over half, I'm going to put it together, I'm going to get it out of the bag and put it on a plate and work out how many slices I've got here. Quick interlude to show you a little close up. This is what, oh my god, it's actually like the heaviest bag in the world. And I've got a plate, so I'm gonna put it out on a plate now to see like how much of the cookie I've actually got, if that makes sense. That's like a weird shape, but normally they're like a giant round cookie. So this is definitely a giant cookie cut up because it's got BA on it. So I don't know if this was maybe like someone's baby, like they bought like a cake, you know, like a baby shower or something and someone didn't collect it or whatever. I don't really know how it works, or whether this was like just a display one. But it's definitely some form of giant cookie. This one's a bit crumbly, but this definitely said something, but it's been a bit squashed. B-I? I don't really know. Either way, this is like a large chunk of a giant cookie. I feel like I've got at least half of one of the giant cookies, which I think for a double giant cookie, they're like 20 quid. And this was £4. So that is actually such a bargain. And the fact that it's the pink and white icing, which is literally my favourite. I mean, there's a few crumbs left in there, but that's how many bits of cookie I got, which is a lot of cookie. Like, I am incredibly happy with that. But I've got a lot. And for £4, that was worth every single penny. So that was a very successful day. I thoroughly enjoyed that. And that is what I bought, which I'm very happy with. A cute little print from Jack's Gelato and a big bag of Millies cookies, Too Good To Go bag stuff, which I'm literally tough with. But anyway, it is 4:30 now, so I'm going to try and get a little bit of work done. I feel like if I can just get like an hour or two's work done today, it's just less to have to do tomorrow. So that's what I'm going to do. Then do my usual skincare evening routine type thing. The other day, Dad and I were watching the Fred and Rose West documentary on Netflix. It's a 3-parter. Really, really good. We both really enjoyed it. But we finished watching that yesterday. So I don't know what we're going to watch tonight. We're having a barbecue for dinner, which I'm looking forward to. We've got like peri-peri chicken thighs again because they were really good the last time. Chicken and chorizo kebabs. I can't remember whether we got something else as well. I think we're gonna have sausages, like little potatoes, like roasted potatoes and stuff, and salads. That is dinner. And then yeah, I don't know what we're gonna watch this evening because we finished the Fred and Rose West thing, but like I said, that was really good. But anyway, I'm gonna leave this week's weekly vlog here, I think, because I'm gonna start a new one tomorrow. I just feel like it makes sense to just do it like that. Don't ask why, it just does. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed watching this week's weekly vlog. Thank you all so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you at some point soon in another one. Bye!